Before I begin to draw, let me first walk you through the process. The small blue dot represents the path of your eye. As your eye slowly traces along the contours of your subject, you will do your best to mimic its movements with your pen or pencil onto your paper. You might find it helpful to close one eye while you do this. As you can see, I've chosen to draw my hand, but you can draw anything you like using this technique. Hands happen to be a great subject for contour drawings because they have a multitude of lines. Luckily, you don't have to draw every single line. It'll be up to you to choose which lines to include in your drawing. Essentially, contour lines are the outlines of any shape. And in this case, contours will be outlines, wrinkles, fingernails, and palm lines. Whenever several lines meet, you will have to decide which direction to take. It doesn't really matter which line you draw first. You can simply draw the skipped line later by coming back to it from another direction, or just omit it entirely from your drawing. If you come to a dead end, simply retrace over the line you just drew, or draw an imaginary line to get back to where you want to be. Keep constant contact with your paper, and don't lift your pen or pencil off the page until you are completely done with your drawing. Ultimately, the purpose of blind contour is to exercise your hand-eye coordination. So make sure that your eye is always looking at your subject matter and never at your paper while you draw. That's why it's called a blind contour. I even like to turn my back to the page, as this helps me resist the temptation to sneak a peek. Because you are drawing blind, the finished product tends to look very quirky and abstract, and this is completely normal. Remember that the purpose of blind contour is to train your hand to copy the movements of your eye, not to make a perfect drawing. So, of course, I haven't looked at my drawing this entire time, and I'm very curious to see how I've done. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay, now it's your turn.